Let's see if anybody joins. I do little car chats some Mondays, and it's usually on Facebook. So let's see if anybody joins on YouTube. You never know. If not, I'll go over to Facebook, I guess. And I get my Starbucks. I get one Starbucks a week, a chai tea latte, and Mondays is the day I do it. So should I just do like the Jeopardy song? Was hot. And also, the little thing is not open. Wish I had something. Hey, there's one person. So, yay, we can have a chat. One person. We have, I think so. I did post, I think, on my stories that I was doing this just like 2 seconds ago. What's happening? Something's happening. Hello. Hi. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Deb. Glad to see you too. Good morning. Yay, you're live. Yes, I am. Thanks for sending your guides Saturday. You're welcome. I felt like a lot of people needed it. My guides kind of like were like, hey, let people know that we can help. Okay, I don't understand why my hair is deciding to go rogue. Hello from, is that Southern California? I'm Canadian. I think that's what it is. I'm sending all the love to everybody in the States. I feel like it's a very stressful time for my jubes are hitting my leg. um, Very stressful time for my southern partners. Okay, there's a bus right there, parked for his break, looking right at me. I probably look completely nutty. This is where buses park a lot of the time, even though it's parking spots in the back of the mall. Hi, you said the Gaza, Gaza, I don't know what that says. Pyramids just appeared at once. What about the Sphinx? I don't know the answer to that. They say the Sphinx was created by people. Hello from Lithuania. That's so cool. How did you stumble across me in Lithuania? How's your mom doing? She's doing okay. We have an accepted offer on her house. And Mike is going, instead of flying home on like tomorrow, he is flying to where she is and packing up the last of the stuff, loading it in a U-Haul and driving back here. And it's like a 15, 16-hour drive through the Rockies. So we're going to send good energy that it's safe. Stressful with family dynamics, us versus them happenings. Yeah, I fully grasp that. I think, again, like, I don't know, in politics, I think it's gotten a little bit more divisive the last few years, like since COVID. Oop, shouldn't say that word. In Canada, but it's not something that the average person talks about. Like, I don't really know people's like political affiliations. It's not a part of conversation much in Canada unless you're one like very extreme. Also, I'm getting a cold, so if I'm sniffling, that's why. Hi, Amber. So good to catch you live this beautiful Monday morning. Oh, thanks. Hello. Please send healing prayers. I have been having issues with my health that the doctor can't figure out. Sending good healing energy your way. I can't stay, but always watch later. Thank you. You're welcome. Hello. Uh, Hello from Germany. Cool. Just for fun, where does the vampire myth come from? Because they exist in a different dimension, and some people know that. I'm sure people find you out. What? Find you out from the rest of the world. Thanks for the work you're doing. Oh, yes, must watch out for potential mudslides in the Rockies starting this time of year. Yes, I know, and I think he's gonna. So there's two different ways you can go through because my mom's on the prairies. There's two different ways you can go through the Rockies. One's a little bit further up and one's further down. He's gonna do the further down one, I think, just because it's a little bit safer. Why did you not read my comment? Even Jesus forgives those who sin. Are you better than Jesus Christ? Um, I didn't see your comment, so probably it got filtered um by YouTube because I couldn't see it. Um, even Jesus forgives those who sin. Are you better than Jesus? What? No? I don't quite understand what the question was. Maybe re-type it? But there's certain words that um YouTube will completely filter out. So I think just yeah, you might have to reword whatever your question was because I don't see any other questions from you. I have there's automatic moderating and YouTube blocks comments. Ran out of questions. What else do you want to know? I'm just over here kind of chilling. Um, Not doing mediumship right now. I've had a few people ask just because my dad passed away a month ago, and I don't don't want to open that door right now, I think is the right word. You need money, huh? I'm not sure what. Oh gosh, please say that this video does not get taken over by bots. It happens sometimes. I need money. I don't give out money. And hello to the people who said hi. Is there any truth to ceremonial cacao being a heart opener? I don't know the answer to that. Honestly, there's truth in anything you have faith in or believe in. Yes, I see that. There's a few bots showing up today. I haven't had, I think maybe it's different because like when I go live on YouTube on my computer, I don't seem to have very many bots, but I think, yeah, I think on here maybe it's more, yeah. Are most of us going to be replaced by AI in the workforce in the future? No. Oh yeah, it just said on here, this message is held for review. So that means some people are typing not nice things. Are you doing any healing group soon? Yes, February 22nd. So just message me if you want to join. Hi, sorry about your dad. Aw, thanks. Yeah, he lived a long life. My dad had like a second round of kids in his 40s. So he was 84 when he passed away. Uh, what would what would your guides like to say about things going in the world at the moment? I mean more about global politics, special America. I don't quite understand the questions. Like, what do they want to say? They want to say, come together in love and not judgment because bleeps going down over the next few months. So surround yourself with, I don't know, good energy and put out good energy. Do we meet our pets again when we cross over? Yes. Or are they reborn to us? Yes. Both. When will the Zoom link come up for February 22nd? I wait until just a couple days before, just because it gets lost in people's inboxes and it's easier for me to send it out all at once rather than trying to send it out individually as people register. Sorry about your dad. How's your mom? And is she still in Alberta? Yeah, I already answered that, but she's good. And she's still in Alberta until this week. Oh no, not more bleep, right? I agree. Ridiculous. My sister has been ill for months. Please send her some healing energy if you can. Yes, Karen, not Karen. That's your name. Uh, Oh my gosh. Gail, we'll go and sit with her. Considering any weekend type retreats this spring or summer. I don't know. What kind of retreat would you want? I've been debating doing like a weekend online spiritual retreat, but I'm not sure yet. Does US have any ally geopolitically in the future? I don't really want to tune into that. No worries, Elaine. Did Bad Bunny's positive message at the Super Bowl help raise the energy of the planet and mitigate some of the harm of Orange Man? Yes. I had a beautiful experience while having open heart surgery in December. I feel confused as I feel separate from my community. What do you mean you feel separate? I don't quite understand. Like the same retreat, like another part one, that won't happen until probably 2027. We're doing a part two in October. And yeah, so we need enough people to do another part one. But I used to do a spiritual growth and enlightenment group at my house um, for 3 weekends in a row, just like 2 hours each Saturday or whatever. I think I could do that again. I've been diagnosed with cancer, which is not curable, so was wondering if I could have some support while I go through this. Oh, I'm so sorry. And yes, and your guides will be there the whole time. Is a young soul one of the first? Jesus, it's so fast. Is a young soul one of the first earlier lives created by its higher self, holding only the combined energy vibration of the lives created before it, past and future, and not those created after? Again, there's no before or after on the other side because time doesn't exist. So there's no, yeah, past, present, future. There's no before, there's no after. So I don't know how to answer that. Would you ever do an in-person reading like you did? You said you previously did prior to 2020. Yeah, I think I would. Yeah, I think I would. To share, feel alone, to share my NDE experience and with health issues, but unsure and feel. There's a lot of community online for people who have had an NDE, so maybe find community there. Will there be robotics doing house chores in the household in the future? Well, there kind of already is. Just like robotic vacuums and stuff, so I'm gonna say yes. Is that a winter cup or did Starbucks not get the memo? Christmas is over. Seriously, you are so kind to lie, but yeah, it's a winter cup because they still have them. So yeah, I think maybe because it's gotten so expensive. This one was free today, but it's so expensive that nobody buys the venties. Hi, West Coast Medium. Hello. I'm a new viewer. Well, welcome. Can you please share if you pick up anything from my energy field that pertains to my highest path right now? I actually don't do readings on these. I don't open myself up to all of the people because that would be really tiring. Are some people experiencing a version of Earth that Kamala won since this is a holographic graphic universe? Technically, yes, but human-wise, no. Since a young raindrop can be awakened, can it reach enlightenment tours that only attain by old raindrops? It's the soul, the higher self, that raises the vibration, if that makes sense. But you can grow a lot in one life. So excited for the group healing February 22nd. Me too. Will my relationship with my husband be okay? Again, I don't do readings in these videos. I know there's lots of people that do. I answer like the bigger questions that pertain to life, humans, all that sort of stuff. Oh gosh, am I in your way? Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Oh, they hate me. I don't care. Jesus. Okay, watch out. That's scary. Bus. Look, this guy. The bus. Right there. Oops. Uh-oh. Is the age of our soul proportional to the amount of struggle we see in our worlds? The younger the soul, the easier the earth game is? Yes. You said we all still have the ego when enlightened. What? You said we all still have ego when enlightened. So why does someone like Jesus appear so egoless? Because Jesus's story was told and retold and retold tens of thousands of times, and they took away his ego. He had ego just like everybody else. Have you talked to any spirits who regretted reincarnating? No, not at all. Is there a link online to sign up for the healing event? Yeah, it's on my Facebook and on my Instagram and my discussion forum. All of them have. You just message me. That's all. Message me somewhere. Did animals that experienced extinction choose that struggle? If so, why? Um, I don't, not the individual animals, it's more the bigger picture. Do we stop reincarnating at some point? And if yes, what other things do we do on the other side? So, and choke. Um, ouch. This went down the wrong pipe. Time and space don't exist. So there is no stop. There's no beginning. There's no ending. And it's all happening at the same time. But in saying that, our higher self is always on the other side and we can do whatever we want. I find Chat GPT helpful as kind of research assistant, but leave memory saving off. Many do not interact with it out of fear. Is using it reasonably safe at this time? Reasonably safe, yes, but it is not as accurate as some would like to think. I lost 2 dogs before Christmas a few years ago. You told me they'd be coming back. You were right. Yay, I'm so glad. Have you talked to any spirits who don't want to reincarnate on Earth? No. Do some souls choose to reincarnate on Earth only once to experience the hard level, but go back to either easier dimension afterwards? Again, there's no afterwards because there's no beginning, there's no end. It's really hard to explain in a human way. That bus is loud. I ran out of questions. Can I say, can you guys subscribe, share, like, and go follow me on the other social medias? Is that a thing? Did you know that on the 14th, it's mine and Meg's 22-year anniversary? We are old. Uh, is it true that rinsing blackberries with salt water gets rid of the bugs? I just want to eat blackberries happily again and not be grossed out. You really can't get rid of the bugs, so it's extra protein. When I try to meditate, I can never turn off my internal narrator. Do you have any tips to help? Yes, expand what your definition of meditation is. I cannot sit and meditate and make my mind quiet because as soon as I try and sit and like the movie type meditate, I start making my grocery list, thinking about all the things I have to do, can't do it. So for me, meditation is spending extra time in the shower with the water or walking in nature or sitting at the beach. So expand your definition of what it means to meditate. Have you ever tuned into a different dimension and have a chance to get to know their world? Yes and no. It it sounds bad, but it doesn't really interest me. I have enough here, and I have enough to learn and figure out and all that sort of stuff. In saying that, I have kind of visited past and past and whatever the future dimensions, but not to get to know them for other purposes. But yeah, no, this life for me, yes, it's a wonderful life, but it's also been a really, really hard life. I don't have a lot of desire to like look at other ones. Do you feel a shift of energy coming as we are leaving the year of the snake and entering the year of the horse? Well, I don't really pay attention to that, but there's definitely a bit of an energy shift. Happy anniversary, thanks. The political situation in Germany is pretty bad. Will it get better? I think everything kind of globally is still kind of on the decline and it's going to get a little bit worse for a bit yet. You are right about Chat GPTs making mistakes. It gave me info on a BC law that was 100% wrong. I asked it why it did this and basically said it guessed rather than check known laws. Yeah, it's definitely not accurate a lot of the time. It also uses, every time you ask it a question, it uses a crap ton of water. Do some of us have angels, not just guides helping us through? We all can have angels helping, but not permanently. Can one's physical body potentially get lost and stuck or even choose to stay in another dimension? Physical body? I don't quite understand. Our physical bodies don't go to the other side. Me again, I live in Victoria. Do you know of any groups that might have meat that have NDE on the island? Nah, I don't think so, but yeah, I think you'd have to do a little bit of research. How do I know if I'm changing too much of myself for another person? Why do you have to change? Accommodate, not change. There's nothing wrong with you. If you're asking that, I'm going to say you know the answer. I understand that it's so hard to explain how things work on the other side as we are so familiar with linear time, beginning and end, but probably we will get how things work as soon as we cross 100%. The second you're there, it makes sense. Okay, there's definitely bots, but YouTube is doing a good job of filtering them because they're asking some weird shit. Oh my gosh, really? Let's, can I block this person? Report? Report. Creepy. And can I get rid of it? There we go. Uh, in 2026, the year is 2026, the year we're giving birth to a new Earth, and we are feeling the birthing pains. I don't know if I would liken it to that. It's more transitioning. How do you cleanse and protect your energy after a conflict? I feel like the cleansing prayer doesn't work as well after a conflict. Honestly, get yourself some selenite if you can, have like a shower and actually physically cleanse yourself and put on some music, that sort of stuff. Like actually do the work to like let go of the conflict. If most of us choose to reincarnate to learn through experience, what type of challenges do aliens have? I actually don't know because I've never tuned into that because, again, it doesn't necessarily interest me a ton. I wash my large, shiny selenite crystals very briefly to physically clean them, and unfortunately, they're now very dull. Are they just as effective. They're still effective, but yeah, they are a very, very, very soft crystal, so washing them is no good. How does the other side feel about what we're going through? They think we're learning a ton, so they like it, which sounds counterintuitive, but it makes sense. Hairs everywhere, driving me nuts. There we go. How does the other side feel about? Oh, I already asked that, answered that. I ran out of questions. Do you guys have any more questions? Till we till we not cross to the other side, is there any messages or advice from your guides on how we could connect better to higher self and go and our path go more smooth? Yeah, focus on your human self. If you're trying to connect with the other side, they'll always lead you down the path of most learning. So instead of asking them, ask yourself what will help. Are some souls deciding to leave because they know it's crappy right now? No, souls would actually want to be here for that. My parents moved to Canada right before I was born. Is there a version of me living in Iran right now? I don't know. I would have to tune into you. Amber, any advice for me? I'm experiencing a ton of anxiety. Aw, aw, that sucks, Shauna. I think you should go play with horses, but also cleanse your energy and calm your like the voices in your head. Do things that will not contribute to the anxiety. But with growth comes anxiety, unfortunately. With your husband being a young raindrop while you're old, is that a dynamic that changes in other loved lifetimes together? Yes. Are cats aliens here to help us? No. Although that would be funny. How important do you feel it is to fight growing fascism? Uh, very important, but not with equal amounts of negative energy, with love. Hi, Gayleen. How can you live fearlessly when sometimes your own personal decisions affect the emotions of others? Well, that's just part of being human, right? We can't go through life without affecting anyone. So you just have to realize they plan that life too, and they're learning just like you are. Finally figured out how to log in to ask questions on YouTube. Yay! You're welcome, Shauna. Hi from Jakarta. So cool. How to mitigate anxiety surrounding decision making. Trust yourself. I think that's a huge part of the anxiety with decision making. I have a hard time making decisions now because the part of my brain that makes decisions is gone. And so I do get anxiety. So I talk it through with other people. Why does the other side think that everything the orange man is doing is detrimental? What? Why does the other side think that? I don't know that I've ever said detrimental necessarily, because it's causing everybody to learn a lot. It's just a much harder path than I would have liked. Um, and also, I try not to be too opinionated on the matter because people get really mad at me, but you know, everything he's doing is detrimental to humankind. Uh, yeah, and that's just the facts. Like it literally is just the facts. Um, yeah. I just want everybody to love each other. Do you know on the other side, like skin color doesn't exist, gender doesn't exist, and we all just love each other. Always, full stop, no judgment. To have tiers of humans who get rights and others don't get rights is so ridiculous. Yeah. But we're learning a lot, so I guess, yeah. Are there always, are there always so few enlightened beings on the planet at any given time because it takes each soul tons of lives to culminate and create an enlightened being. Yes, but there's actually more now than there were when I was born, and less than there will be because there's more being born every day. How do I heal from heartbreak? My partner of 10 years and I split up. You own your awesomeness and you do what you want to do and what makes you joyful. Do you guys have any info about the missing woman in Arizona? Is that the Guthrie lady? Is that what you're talking about? From which country are you from? I am from Canada. With the files being public, is the majority of previous Orange Man supporters regretting their vote? No, not the majority because they think it's fake. Like 30% of them are regretting. Is disassociation a real thing? Adults with past childhood trauma learn to detach from their feelings. Is this true? Yes. Is Orange Man an old soul here to teach us? Unfortunately, yes, which is so freaking frustrating. Someone I know left a highly anxious partner after developing a lot of anxiety themselves now will now being on their own help rebalance. Hopefully, yes. What are your thoughts on the disclosure of alien life timelines for any revelations? Alien life has been here for decades, and the timelines are a distraction. Do animals like dogs and cats miss their babies? No. You said dinosaurs are in another dimension and still living. Why do we see bones from prior 66 million years ago and not beyond that? If we can still see bones, why not living ones like Bigfoot? Because it's a very far further away dimension from us. Canada, very far away from my country. Indonesia, yes. My sister's been to Indonesia. Yes, any info on Savannah Guthrie's mom? So I actually got a message about that, and I put in my notes on my phone what happened, but I don't know that I can help, so I didn't do anything about it. Um, and I don't really want, like, I never want to take away people's hope, and I never want to, I don't know, just impact people negatively, and so I am gonna choose, I think, not to speak on it. What is the first step becoming enlightened? Breathing. That's it. Do we place a lot of importance in individual lives, or does the other side see it more like a movie we experience? We remain unscathed no matter what. Kind of both. Like, there's importance, but it's not as big of a deal as a life feels to us. I would have to rewatch later, but it looked like an orb went upwards on your left side when someone asked about Orange Man a couple minutes ago. Yeah, that happens. What did Jesus really look like? Is there a painting or picture out there that closely captures him? Yes. Um, Akian Kremurek, she's an artist. She painted a picture that looks a lot like him. You're welcome. So Terry Petty, they YouTube flagged your comment, and so only I can see it. But no, he is not alive. Hi Amber, how's your week going? Good. I'm getting a cold, but other than that, good. I had a bit of a sad day on Saturday, but feel better today. I ran out of questions. How's your mom doing? She's good. She has an accepted offer on her house. Um, And Mike is going there tomorrow to pick her up and drive back. I'm new to your channel. Are you speaking now or your guides? I'm speaking, but my guides answer the questions. How did you first come to know your ability? What was it that convinced you you were hearing from guides? I was born this way, but when I was 35, yeah, 2015, anyways, a little girl came to me and I needed to deliver a message from her, for her to her parents, and then it just kind of snowballed after that. But I lived in denial most of my life because I really hated being so different. You're welcome, Terry. What is the best way to navigate all this for us empaths? Should we avoid the news? I do kind of avoid the news a little bit. Um, I don't know, just because I watch a little bit of Aaron Parnas on TikTok because I like a little recap, but I kind of avoid it when I need to. And if I'm having a hard time in my own life, then I try to work on my stuff. Whoops. Hello, Tara. Jesus artist name again. I don't know how to say it. Akian Kramirik. Yeah. Can Jessica give us some ideas on how to be happy? Embrace your awesomeness and realize that just the fact that you're here being human is a huge accomplishment. 2026 is a year one fire horse. Will manifesting be easier and faster? Uh, Learning how maybe, but faster, no. No, not right now. Hi, Amber. Hope you're having a great day from the deep freeze of Ottawa. Yeah, like we have not had a winter here. We've had some rain, but we have not, like, look at outside. Like, it's beautiful. Crazy. Which is nice for the winter, but awful. We're gonna have a horrible drought-filled summer. Is you know who actually a good guy? Hard no. Big hard no. Like, the hardest no you could ever know, that's the answer. Is there an order sequence to how our higher selves release raindrops, or are we all released at the same time? I honestly don't really know. Certain things I don't necessarily, again, time and space don't exist. So there's not that, I don't know how to explain it. I understood it fully when I was there because I was there for what felt like 50 years and I know it wasn't, but I don't know how to explain how that works. Aaron Parnas is awesome. I find him factious and comfortable. Yeah, me too. What does it mean if a psychic says a person's relationships are all karmic? Are they, aren't they all anyways? Kind of, yeah, but that kind of, I don't know, to me that puts a negative spin on it, and I don't like that. Hello. Oh, hello from Oregon. Hi. He is a, yeah. It's been bone chilling cold here on the island, even though it's mild. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like day before yesterday it was like 16 degrees. It was beautiful. But space does. I don't know what. Where I lost my spot. Leah, I cannot read out that question. Will there be a huge earthquake this month or soon? No, not that I can see. Time and at least where I time and gravity are linked. There's no gravity there. No, there's gravity. At least I felt it. I wasn't floating. Are all people that are in my soul family also part of each other's, or are there different segments of our soul family? Yes, but then others can kind of come in and out, but your like core group remains the same. Earthquake in the West Coast area. Not that I can see. No, thank God. We can't handle any more things. You're welcome. If you ever see me move back to the prairies, that's your sign to get out of here. Because I definitely don't want to live on the prairies, but if I get an inkling that the big one's going to happen, I'm out. Are there levels of oneness on the other side? No. A feng shui consultant said mirrors in the bedroom can cause sleep issues due to startling our astral body when it sees itself rising at night. Is this true? Only if you believe it is. I have a mirror in the bedroom and it does nothing. When did you discover your gift? I accepted my gifts when I was 35, so like 2015, so over 10 years ago. But I was born this way. In light of Valentine's Day, how to manifest true love for single folks. Do the things that make you passionate and do it in groups so that you can attract people that like what you like. Any words of wisdom about me getting a job or getting my new? I don't do a hand on the if I answer personal questions for one, I have to do it for everybody. Would Vancouver Island disappear if the big one came? Hopefully not in my lifetime anyway. Anyways, I don't think so. Better to freeze on the prairies than fall into the ocean. Yes. Keep us posted if you relocate. I will. How are our spirit guides assigned to us and by whom are guides given levels of power? Thank you. Honestly, it's both of you choose it together or all of you. Is mirror work powerful? Bashar says mirrors can bring portals. It is powerful, more for your human self. If an earthquake is coming, I won't tell you, but there will be signs. Yep, prairies, here we come. Yeah, right, Tara? Because I definitely would never move back there unless my kids move there. If my kids move and, are raising families, I'll go wherever they are. But if I just like, see you guys. Yeah. John says, in the end, three things last: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. How is that to be understood? I think that's just um where where did you go? What? Oh, there we go. Um I don't know how to I don't know. My guides say because the only thing that exists on the other side is love. So that's what we take with us. If we submerge ourselves in distraction, sports, religion, materialism, is it a waste of our life? Thanks, Amber. It's not a waste of your life at all because every lesson is worth learning. What do your guides think of the crystal moldavite? They say it's the most transformative, powerful stone. Again, if you have faith that it is, it will be. Why do some people seem like they fall in love so quickly? Because some people are just so open to love, and that's what they base their worth on. Can you give us a percentage of Americans that support the Orange Man? Um, like as a whole, maybe at this point 50 million, 40 million. I'm not going to say that the election was rigged because that will get me in trouble, but hmm. Good to see you today. What do you see as the future of oil? Say 20 years from now, will it be hard to replace plastic? No, I don't think oil's going anywhere. This earth was created with everything we needed. Was the pyramids energetic portal still functioning during the reign of the pharaohs? Yes, they say. That color looks good on you. Hey, thanks. I feel like old attachment wounds make people fall in love quickly. Yeah, there's a lot of different things, but some people just really like love too. I'm almost done my drink, so you guys got to get your questions in before I'm done. Is selenite like moldavite also only effective based on faith? Well, selenite is self-cleansing, so you don't really have to do anything to it or understand how it works, and it will do some of the work for you. Can you define how love's supposed to be on the other side? The way we what? Can you define how love is supposed to be on the other side, the way we know that target to get to? I don't understand. There is no target. That's all that there is on the other side. I heard this quote about marriage. His life will get better, yours won't. Is this true? Like little bit, like a little bit. The world is changing how we see marriage. I don't know if you guys know, but the happiest people on the planet are married men and single women. Because, you know, we have been sort of raised in like in the past to be wives and mothers. And that is changing somewhat. Our earth has too many people, so many more people are going to be not having children. And most of the time, probably 85% of the time, the wife's life does get a little worse and the husbands get a little bit better. Love the tree behind you. You live in a beautiful place. Thanks for sharing your guides with. Oh, you're welcome. And also, I'm in a parking lot. I found some Celtic affirmation and divination cards at a little thrift store. So excited to play with them. I wasn't looking for them. They found me. Oh, I love that. If we can come on the planet to explore certain things, will that area be what? I don't quite understand. I think I'm getting tired because I don't understand the question. Please give an update on your upcoming classes. Right now, I have the healing group on February 22nd. You can message me to join. Thank you for that happy single women comment. Yeah, well, it is true. Like there's been a lot of studies done. Single woman here knew there was a reason for my happiness, right? Vancouver Island is on my one of my favorite places in Canada. I love it so. Me too. In your last live, you said evolution wasn't real and that humans just appeared. How do you explain the fossils of early humans? Well, we've been here and people die and fossils get created. It doesn't mean the fossils. I don't know how to explain it. Oh, there's a guy. I'm scared. That's one of the reasons it sucks to be a woman. No man would ever go, oh, let me lock my doors. Any natural plants that will help stop fleas? Ooh, I do not know. Flea medication will help stop fleas, though. My dogs don't get fleas for some reason. I don't know why. I stopped giving the medication because it was making them sick. Well, now I only have one dog, but he's never had flea medication. He is 4, 3. All right, I have to get going because I really, really, really have to go to the washroom because I drank this whole thing. So, oh, I took my shoe off. Um, enjoy your day. Thank you for watching. I'm grateful for all of you. If you want to join the healing group, just message me and I can register you. Yeah, have a good day. Bye. Oh, did I don't think, what happened? Oops, sorry guys. Don't know what's happening. One sec.